In this video, we're going to go over how to create an ad from A to Z. So we're going to set up our campaign here. And the first type of campaign that we're going to run is the traffic. And the traffic campaign is typically what we're going to be starting off with when we're running ads for our clients to a specific landing page to take a specific offer. It's going to be between the traffic here and the conversions. And I'm going to walk through in another video how to set up a very specialized conversion campaign right out of the gate, because the conversion campaigns here are typically not going to be ran initially, because as you can see here, we have the different stages of awareness, consideration, conversion. This is more for like large brands that just want to create that awareness, right? We want people to actually take an action and fill out their information. So we're going to be focused in on the consideration and conversion stages, right? In a conversion campaign, we can use this to start right away as well, but there's a different strategy for that. So for this one here, we're going to set up a traffic campaign. When we're starting out with the traffic campaign here and we're getting the clicks, this is a great way for us to look at the data that we're getting back. And you don't want to touch this for at least 3 days, okay, 72 hours. And what we're able to see from the data that we receive is that, okay, what is the cost per click and what is the cost per landing page view? Because if we're generating a ton of clicks, but then when they land on the landing page, they're not taking an action, well, that's typically telling us that there's a problem with our landing page, right? And so we want to be able to make that more congruent and look at, hey, is our ad, actually saying the same thing that our landing page is, right? Because the ad may be getting the clicks, people are resonating with it. However, when they land on the landing page, they're not putting in their information and taking the offer. So there's a disconnect there, okay? And then obviously vice versa, if we're not getting very many clicks to the ad, however, those that are actually clicking, right, the little amount of clicks that we're getting are actually converting on that landing page, then that means that there's a problem with our Facebook ad, right, our actual ad creative. So it's important to understand that in the very beginning, to look at those metrics after those 72 hours and then be able to continue to optimize. So let's go down here and let's just create this particular campaign here, dental implants. Okay, let's go to continue. And then we want to have our audience here. This is very simple for us to set up. Let's just put 25 to 60, okay? And then we'll put dental implants. And we have a whole entire section on the naming structure. This is just more to give you an overview of how to create an ad here, okay? So we're running a traffic campaign. We're going down here, and then we want to set up our particular audience. So we want to get into about 25 to 60, both genders there. And so what we're going to update here is the location. And so what I like to do is go to an actual business or whatever business that you're working with, right? Whatever client, and you want to get their home address as far as their location. So then we can target a mile radius from their actual location. So let's go ahead and plug that in there. Okay, great. And so then we can do 10-mile radius, right? From the actual location. You can do 15, you can go higher. But for us, let's just go to a 10-mile radius. That should be just fine. And so now we're going to be targeting people 10 miles from their location, which is fantastic, right? Here we have a bunch of other detailed targeting. We can target demographics, interests, behaviors. For most local businesses, you want to leave this open here and let Facebook gather the data and optimize for us, right? Because once we start finding people that are clicking, engaging, interacting with the ad, then Facebook is going to go out and find us similar people that fit those characteristics. So let's go down here. We have this set up, and if you want to even name this and save this here, let's say dental implant 10-mile radius. Okay, just go ahead and save that right there. And then we can go ahead and go down here now, and we want to optimize for link clicks. We can also optimize for landing page views, pretty much the same. However, the link clicks, what I've found to be the best when first starting out, because we want to get those clicks coming in. And then for the budget and schedule, we can leave it at $10 or $20 per day, depending on the budget that the client has. Obviously, the more that you can spend right away, the more data you're going to be able to gather. So let's just leave it at $20 per day there. And here we have some different options where we can choose when we're getting charged by impression or actual click. Obviously, we want to just focus on the impressions here. We want to get the lowest cost of impression, and then we're not able to change any of this other stuff here, and I wouldn't worry about it, because here, if we want to specialize when our ads are being shown, right, this is where we need to set it up. However, we need to have a lifetime budget. Okay, so let's say that you wanted to show the ads from 9 to 5 only in that particular time frame, right? You would need to select a lifetime budget. However, for most local businesses, especially for like a dentist, a lot of these leads will come in at different times of the night, because people will be on Facebook scrolling on their news feed, and they'll see an offer, they'll see an ad, and then they'll submit their information, and then that business can follow up with them the next day. So let's go to continue. Now that we've set this up, we have just a simple audience here, right? 10-mile radius for men and women, right? We have both of the genders here, and you can obviously test either one, but for this, we're just going to leave it at that. And then we're going to go to continue. And then we want to, let's say, name this dental implant. And then we can put the particular ad in here, which is the implant image. Okay. And then make sure right here you select the right page that you're going to be setting up this ad on. And so we go right here. We want a single image or video. And then we want to add the media. Okay. Add image. And then here's the implant. And then let's go ahead and add the implant there. Okay, great. We have the implant. And then now what we want to do is actually write out the copy. So let's check this out on the desktop newsfeed. All right, so let's go ahead and write out our copy here. Let's write, everybody loves a great smile, and we specialize in great smiles. And then for a limited time, we're offering 10 first-time visitors a dental implant for just $9.99. Okay. Then we put that's a savings of $800. Okay. And then click to claim this special offer and smile with a little more confidence. Perfect. So this is the ad copy right here. People are going to be able to see this. Whoops, looks like. There we go. For just $9.99. Okay, great. That's an average of savings. Okay, 800. Okay, great. And so now we want to go right here and have our headline. And this is where we want to be congruent here with our offer. So $9.99 dental implant offer. Okay. And then leave it right there. And then for the description right here, for a limited time. Okay, great. So now we have this ad here set up. We have the ad copy here. We have the $9.99 dental implant offer headline, and then the description right here as well. So everything is congruent. And just for example purposes, we're going to take a landing page here, Crawl Space Pro Cleaners, and I'm going to put that in here. And you should understand that obviously this is not the right landing page here, but it's more just giving you an example of how this process works when you're creating your ad. You know, obviously you want to have the unique landing page for this offer here, but this is just for an example. So we're going to put in the crawl space cleaners there, okay? And so whenever somebody goes to and clicks on this ad, they're going to go to the crawlspacecleaners.com, right? And you obviously want to have that be a friendly URL. So whatever landing page you're using, making sure that it's all congruent and relevant as much as possible. And then if we look at the call to action here, we have learn more or book now. Either one of these will work. The learn more obviously is a little bit more indirect, right? Where you're just telling people to click on the ad to learn more. The book now is a little bit more of a direct call to action, where you're telling people, hey, sign up and book an appointment now, right? So let's go down here. Obviously, we want to have the pixel set up, and then we will be able to go to confirm here, and it should take up to 24 hours for the ads to go live. But that's pretty much it here as far as what we're running and how we're setting up the ads. Just a simple walkthrough. We want to make sure we have the headline, the text, the imaging, right? And then be able to go to confirm here. And obviously we want to have our pixels in place. Let's say we had this page here for the dental implant. We want to make sure we have the right pixel here, and then also the right pixel event with the thank you page. So let's go thank you right here. On this page, it should have a lead. So let's go down here, just like it is right there. So we want to make sure that this particular page here, right, it's going to have the lead conversion tracker, okay? Because obviously when somebody's landing here to this particular page, it's telling us that this is a lead now, okay? So that's how you're going to launch the clicks campaign, the traffics. This is going to be typically your very first type of campaign.